DHG here, and I'm getting into a game that is personally one of my favorite titles ever. I've already done a playthrough of this in the past where I did every story mission and every side mission lined up all neat and nice, but I'm not doing that this time. I'm just highlighting it again because this is one of those games that I feel really deserves the attention because it's so good. So good. Far Cry is one of my favorite franchises after this game came out, and then Far Cry 3 was also good in a follow-up. I thought Far Cry 4 was very good as well. But then after that, with Far Cry 5, I saw things were starting to become extremely repetitive. I'll play as the Algerian. And then Far Cry 6 was just a complete and total dumpster fire. Just horrible. At this point, I wouldn't mind seeing the franchise die. I would like to see a remaster, but I don't trust Ubisoft to do it nowadays. They're probably the wokest publisher and developer out there, and they would just fuck this game all up.
Okay, we go. Hey sir, sorry for the delay. So you going to a hotel in Pala?
So here's the deal. You're a mercenary in Africa. You get to pick your character, obviously you saw who I picked. You're coming here as a hitman to take out an arms dealer.
See that man? You won't see any more very soon. He's probably the last one out of this country. Full of rich people. Only money and connections can get you out.
You go to a rather poor, impoverished country that's in the middle of a civil war. You're trying to kill the arms dealer that's arming both sides, or at least that's what you're told. They never really say who hands you the intel, but I could only guess it's in some sort of one of the Western intelligence agencies. And this was the first game, or one of the first games I've ever seen that used the proliferation of fire to pretty much just change the landscape of the game.
I told him the plane's gone, but they don't believe
The controls are a little rough and a little bit dated, but with a little bit of tweaking, especially if you're playing it on Steam, which is what I'm playing it on, with some mods, it works really well. This is a modded version of the game. I also modified my controls using Steam input. It takes a long time to get to the end of the game, but I thought that this game was just a masterpiece in storytelling. It unravels very slowly, and you come across what they call jackal tapes and all this stuff, which give you a bit of a backdrop into who this guy you're pursuing is. And they really make him sound like a scumbag, but he's relatable in a way. And by the end of the game, it turns into kind of like a story about redemption, if you could call that.
Hey, look at that. I see guy who so much fire.
You're a mercenary. All your buddies that you meet, they're all mercenaries. Pretty much everyone in this game, everyone, is a shithead except for like one or two people. Everyone else is just a pure scumbag, including yourself.
This is Liberation Radio, speaking the truth for the truth seekers. And the truth is that your country needs you.
And both these factions controlled by one another, all for profit.
They're not fans of the teaching.
At one point in the game, it just flat out shows that the gangs unite and just start wiping out the citizenry. Oh, it's such a good game. The country's flooded with foreigners, mercenaries mostly.
My passenger, driving him to the hotel in town.
You come from the airport?
Yes, sir, the airport. Gentlemen, you are posted here all day. On my way back, I grabbed some cold beer. You drink beer, no?
Yep, beer. We drink beer. Hurry up then. Move along.
Yes,
Bribing
sir.
the mercenaries. There's like no law in this country at all. Society's collapsed. The game just gives you an overwhelming feel of desperation in just about every single conceivable way. And they juxtapose that with an absolutely beautiful African landscape.
Steal everything, and they leave us nothing.
The country's Country's being plundered for resources. These false dialectic of gangs in the game between the UFFL and the, I think it's called the AFL is the other one. They're working for other people. You see foreigners in there all the time, mostly intelligence agents. They're basically just being told what to do. They're not fighting for the country at all. They're not nationalists.
A lot of troops nowadays. It's okay. They keep to themselves most of the time.
I mean, in many ways, it shows pretty much the story of the war-torn Africa that is present in modern times. Foreign syndicates go in, set up false dichotomies, false opposition gangs, and all, or they put their own person just in through a complete and total totalitarian takeover, and they just plunder the country for resources. That's why Africa is so underdeveloped. They're not allowed to develop.
Only fools stay now. Fools and cab drivers.
And your character just gets here and instantly gets malaria. Welcome to Africa.
Okay, sir, we are here. We made it alive.
We made it alive. Barely.
Hey, are you okay? You don't look so good. You tired?
And while you're passed out, you get a special little visit from a certain somebody that you were sent here to kill. Right there. That's the Jackal. It's rumored that he was the protagonist from the first Far Cry game. Jack Carver, I think his name was. He's no longer voiced by Steven Dorff, but it's supposed to be the same guy.
The target's presence in the state continues to be a destabilizing influence. He's largely responsible for the recent influx of weapons into the country and clear violation of the joint signatory framework. His reputation as a dangerous arms dealer is well deserved. Orders are to terminate. Well, that didn't work out the way they planned. I'm still breathing and you're the one with malaria. You can tell them you tried, but that means fuck all, doesn't it? You're fired. You know it, and so do I. You had your shot, but now it's over. And since men like you only work for money, you're no longer my problem. You'll have to find something else to do with yourself now. What your old clients don't seem to understand is that they can't kill me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody kills me. Nobody. I'm the one who decides who lives and who dies. Me. You know, there's a book I read a long time ago. Still think about it every day. It helps me understand life out here. The book talks about men, about what motivates them. It's simple, really. A living being seeks above all else to discharge its strength. Life itself is will to power. Nothing else matters.
He just hands you the gun. And if malaria and meeting the guy you were sent to kill face to face wasn't bad enough, the Civil War just went hot again. I'm using a gamepad, but all the prompts still come up with PC controls. Just go outside and start shooting people. I don't know who they are. Well, shit, I might as well throw my gun at them at this point. I'll take that. A rusted out G3. I need ammo. I think it's completely random which of the two factions pick you up here at the beginning of the game. You either get a contact from the UFLL or the... I can't remember the name of the other one. AFL, I think? APL, something like that. They're all shitbags. Like I said, everyone in this game is a scumbag.
You a mess, man. That business looks nasty.
Ooh!
My name is Carbonet. I don't care what your name is.
I think he's UFLL.
Who you working with? You got some of my guys killed at the hotel, you know that?
They were shooting at me.
For me now. I've got a few errands for you, errand boy. Get on out here. Get yourself kitted up. There's ammo and meds for you.
Now, one of the differences between the PC version and the console version was, these are my old saves from last time I played through. The console version, you can only save at these save points here, whereas the PC version, you could just pause the game and save anywhere. I liked how the console set it up. There was just something about not being able to save whenever you want that made me think a little bit more tactically about my decisions. Got a bunch of dead fish laying. Oh, I'm at that place. Okay. Give me some morphine.
Alright, listen up, Slick. The shit really hit the fan back in town. There was supposed to be a ceasefire, but that's all out the window now. I work for a guy named Kakumba, local boss for the United Front. I've got all my decent guys out in the field trying to keep the APR from making a land grab.
APR,
So
that's what it was.
To take care of the monkey work. First thing, I need to get that piece of shit cool
The monkey work. Oh, that would have to be edited out nowadays for all the wokies. They would say it's racist.
Try not to get distracted between the door and the car. You look like you're gonna drop dead any second. Guard.
If I were the publisher or the developer, I would say, fuck you. We're not changing anything. Be offended. Okay, that's weird. The loadout's a little different. Sidearms to the right, main to the bottom of the D-pad, and special weapons to the left. Console's got a different setup. I have this on PS3. I had it on Xbox 360 as well, but I'm guessing it got sold or someone stole it. You gotta love thieves. Oh, the cars are such pieces of shit. They're always breaking down on you, but it makes for some of the coolest moments in the game. You're really trying to get away because there's a huge firefight or something. And all of a sudden your car just takes a little bit too much damage and breaks down. Okay, what button was... Oh, okay, the reload button. Don't remember what button that is. Oh. Select.
Okay, good. Now that you're mobile, you think you can pull off a raid? The APR's got a forward position half a click south of here. If something bad happened to the shitheads manning that post, no one would ever know. Go take them out.
Now I can get in the car. They have these mounted weapons everywhere. This one's a M249 saw. You can get one of these from the armory later on. It's not that bad. I usually use it. Light machine guns come in handy. What I thought was really innovative about well, there was a lot of innovative things about this game, but something I thought was particularly cool was the map system here. You didn't have any, like in the later Far Cry series, everything from 3 on, you didn't have little markers or waypoints that told you where to go. You just got like a tiny waypoint right there on the map. But you had to flip through these to find out exactly where you were going. You could look at it while you were driving. You know, kind of like you would is if, you know, you were driving in real life and you didn't have GPS or something like that. And at the time that this game came out, the map was massive. I mean, it wasn't as big as some of the other big maps like Just Cause 2, but it was still pretty damn big. In fact, I would say it was one of the bigger maps in comparison. Just Cause 2 was had a huge map, but it was a lot of the same shit over and over and over again. I don't know if this patch that I downloaded fixes the stealth, but in the base game, stealth doesn't really work all too well. I would say it did, because they would have noticed me by now. Use the old 1911 on them. Give them some 45 ACP love. The enemies are a bit bullet spongy, but I don't mind that. If you don't like it, you can find mods to deal with that.
I just got word you cleared out that post. Not too shabby. Okay, I've got another chore for you, but I can't have you falling down in the middle of it. Get some sleep, resupply, and be ready to go in a few. You'll be safe at that house.
The old cell phones, I remember having ones like that. That was back before your cell phone spied on you. I didn't know if I could put that in there yet. Okay, yeah. You can set your watch to whenever you want to sleep too. If you want to do a nighttime raid, set it to like 10 p.m. Or 2200 hours. They usually give you an option to save here. Hakeem. I must be Muslim. Albania is mostly Islam, as far as I know, like 90%.
I need you to scout out an APR stronghold further south of your position, an old lumber camp. I want to know what resources they got down there. There's a primo observation point marked on your map. Head there now.
A checkpoint. You all gotta die. I'll take any cover. It's usually very hard to spot enemies. They disappear in the shrubbery and you can't find them. Got any ammo lying around here? Usually each type of a checkpoint like this has some sort of a resource that they're housing, and this one is explosives. So it's either explosives, flammables, or health, or ammo. Just standard ammo. This is one of the vehicles you get from the DLC, the Fortunes Pack, I think it's called. It was back when DLCs were first coming out on consoles. They weren't anything big, they were like $5. Kind of wish they would have remained that way. I don't do stealth. I'm just gonna come in here and start shooting. What do I got on here? 50 cal. Okay. This should get their attention. .50 caliber bullet. Something like 2... No, not 2. I was thinking about velocity. It's like a 690 grain bullet or something going about 2,900 feet per second. They just signaled for reinforcements. Don't know where they're going to be coming from, but these bullets, they've got about 13,000 pounds of muzzle energy. They're ridiculous. There, we got some ammo. I'll need that. I think I hear the reinforcements. Either that or it's a generator. Oh, it's a generator, okay. Can't beat the 1911. Oh, there's a guy. Let's give him a rocket. Rocket-propelled love. He threw the grenade where I was last standing. It is here, right? Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. I need to go scout it first. Part of the tutorial. No electricity for you. You know, that's pretty factual, too. A lot of the places in Africa don't have, like, big, massive, like, coal plants or nuclear generators or anything like that. Or I should say, nuclear power plants. Even the hospitals over there, some of them still run on generators like that.
Got your intel. Not bad. You see the bricked up place?
Oh, he's a Spanish speaker.
Some foreign national like you. Your new orders are to get in there and break them out. Finish up your recon if you think it'll help.
If I remember correctly, you just bust that out and look around here. You can tag certain things. I've never really used the monocular in this game. Actually, I think the level is zoom. It's got a pretty good zoom, but normally you can just look down your iron sights. It's got a maybe like a ×3 or 4 zoom. It's usually good enough. Now I can go in.
Holy shit, what is this?
Let's see who it is.
Come on, asshole.
Oh, it's the American.
Never mind, man. I'm not gonna fight an invalid. That's a bad case of malaria you got.
Kind of looks native. You now have a buddy.
Don't follow me. And hey, if you make it out of here alive and you see me at Mike's bar, maybe I can get some pills for that cough of yours.
Mike's bar is like the mercenary hangout.
muy bien. You did better than expected. Look, maybe I was hasty in my evaluation of you. Guys that do good work for me get paid. Come on back up to the fishing pier and I'll cash you out.
Now this game was one of the first games I remember to use weapon degradation. Let's see if I could get it to start jamming up here. There's an ammo stash right over here, so I'll get this sucker jammed up real good. I think when I picked this thing up, it was brand new. If you pick up crap off the mercenaries, it's going to be like worn down, beat up. You shoot these things enough, they just completely fall apart on you. This one's in pretty good condition. Yeah, I can't get this one to jam up. Usually pistols that go first anyway. Still amazed at how they were able to create a game this good looking using the small amount of memory that the consoles at that time had, like the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. I think they had about, oh yeah, this sucker's old and rusty. I think should jam up sometime soon here. But the Xbox 360 I think had 512 megabytes of RAM total. About half of that was allocated towards VRAM. I think the PlayStation 3 was the same, roughly, except the PlayStation 3 had some really, really weird memory partitioning system that was always being ripped on by developers like Gabe Newell. He gave some infamous words about the PlayStation 3's memory partitioning system. He's like, I ain't touching that shit, yo. But even with like 256 megabytes, they were still able to create environments like this. Now, obviously this is PC, but it still looks damn good on console. Jam up. Nope, you get it too. Doesn't look like a full-size 1911. Might be one of those 4.25-inch barrels.
Hey, you made it. All right. Okay, here's how it works around here. The only currency worth shit is rough diamonds. Don't accept paper money from anybody. I wouldn't wipe my ass with it. You do work for the UFLL, you get paid in stones. Now, one of my guys, not the sharpest blade in the set, picked up a case of diamonds and dropped them off here yesterday. He stuck them somewhere in camp and promptly got shot in the head back in town. Maybe you killed him. Anyway, if you want those rocks, go outside and find them. The case has a tracker you can home in on with your compass. If I were you, I'd go buy some medicine first. That malaria is nothing to screw around with. You'll probably have some luck over at Mike's bar. All those expat cabrones drink there. Get yourself healthy and come by the front's office in town. I'll introduce you to Kakumba. Get you hooked up. Hey, he's coming out. Hasta luego.
All these mercenaries have like absolutely no regard for human life. Jam up. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, this is how you locate. There's diamonds scattered everywhere throughout the world. You can get them by doing missions, or you can do this. I've went through and collected every single one in the game a couple times. I think I'll go down to Mike's bar since this is still part of the tutorial. How far away is it? It ain't that far, but I'm gonna run into a couple checkpoints on the way there. One of the biggest complaints people had about this game is they will clear a checkpoint, they would drive away from it, and then it would be manned again by the time they have to go by it for a second time. It can get a bit annoying, but overall I think it still adds some... It's fun to have the combat in the game. And here's some no fire zones in the game. You start shooting in one of these areas, you're going to have every single mercenary in town on your ass. Which can be fun, but you'll eventually get killed. I don't remember if these vehicles have headlights or not. Let me see here, press some buttons. Oh, there we go. Can't really tell. I mean, it's better than nothing. I don't really think the lighting technology was that advanced at that time. Where am I heading to? Oh, the arms dealer. Normally there's someone standing back there. He gives you jobs and he gives you better weaponry. Like the Desert Eagle right there. AKs. G3s. I don't know what kind of shotgun that is, but it looks fairly common. And a very, very, very old school computer. It would appear that they use some of the real names of these weapons. I've never heard of an AR-16. AR-15, yeah. AR-10, yeah. In fact, let me look that up real quick. See, sometimes when they're making these games, if they want to actually say the game name like AK-47, they have to get the license for it. And if they can't get the license, then they'll just make something up. Oh no. Okay, no, the AR-16 does exist. Came out in 1959. It fires a 7.62 by 51 NATO round. So, how does that differ from the AR-10? Oh, the AR-10 is generally larger, heavier, and has a longer barrel than the AR-16, because it usually fires a larger caliber of cartridge. Or at least that's what the AI said. I'll get a G3. And a shotgun, because why not? Oh, they got the pistol? Okay, bye-bye shotgun. I'm gonna take that Makarov. I don't remember how to check out. Oh, there we go. Something else I thought was extremely cool about this game is you didn't just walk up to like a weapons locker like you do in the other Far Cry games following this, succeeding this game. This, you walk into your own little personal armory. Well, it's pretty bare right now. Once you get all the weapons in the game, this thing is like a Second Amendment lover's dream. Get the little Makarov right there. Take the G3. Oh, let me pick that one back up. See if I could get that one to jam up this time. Yeah, that one's brand new. This thing will jam up at some point. I just want to show you what happens when it does. Eventually, maybe I can get the weapon to break. I'm starting to wonder if that mod that I installed in this game kind of changed the weapon degradation rate, because normally they'd be falling apart by now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through the files, see if that changed that, because that's a big part of the gameplay. You'll get into firefights, and your weapon will jam up. It'll happen at the worst times too. That's why I love that mechanic so much. Because you'd be in the middle of a firefight, your health would be down. You'd have to do that. You know, it showed when your health gets real low, you have to do what's called the critical heal or something like that. And you have to do that, and that takes like 2 or 3 seconds to fully finish its animation, which if you get shot while you're doing that, it's going to interrupt it, and you're going to have to go find somewhere else to try to do it again. Then your weapon will jam up, and everything just goes to shit. Or you can decide to lay some sort of like an ambush attack. Like I remember during the one mission I had a crap mortar that was, you know, really, really shoddy looking. And I was getting ready to take out my target, so I set the mortar up, arranged it, and went to fire it, and the damn thing just blew up on me. And here, this dude's sitting right here, the journalist, one of the only people in this game that's not a shithead. Oh, there he is.
Finest cantina in all of Africa. All the rat piss you can drink. Still sick? That guy can get you your medicine. I'm Warren Clyde. And I owe you a big one. You ever get in a jam? You call me. I mean it, man. I can handle any situation. I'm gonna hook up with one of those big security contract companies after this. I'm gonna work with the best. Not like the guys they got around here. These PMCs are full of total amateurs. I'll see you later, bro.
You people never stop. Here's the bloody tape, alright? That's it. That's all I've got. Well, aren't you going to destroy it? That's what your friends usually do. Wait, you're not here for the tapes, are you? Oh, I see the problem now. You can get the pills you need from the church in Pala. The priest there will help you, assuming you make it in time. Just pass this along for me.
You can't break a man the way you break a dog or a horse. The harder you beat a man, the tougher.
So you're not one of them. I'm Ruben Olwagembi, what you call a stringer. And you are new, I can tell by the state of your clothes. You're much too clean. You're taking a chance talking to me. I'm persona non grata around here. The The warlords want me out of the country. They don't like the story I'm writing. It's about the war, and about them, of course. But mostly it's about the famous arms dealer, the Jaka. That was him on the tape. Do you know I have covered 16 wars across Africa? 16. And every time he has been there, selling his weapons and making a fortune while millions of people suffer and die. He thinks he can continue to do his work in secret, but not this time. These stories, they are going to come out. The Jackals, the warlords, the soldiers, the boy soldiers, even the NGOs. I intend to expose the whole sordid mess. I make it sound very dramatic. We'll see if anybody back home even notices.
Well, the developer of this game who was writing the story definitely did their homework on how these things percolate.
I've been interviewing people for months now. Diplomats, warlords, civilians, whoever I could trick into talking to me. I had some fantastic material. Then the soldiers confiscated my tapes. They said they destroyed them, but maybe not. I don't know. I can't very well go looking for them. I'm no good with a gun, you see. And you need one these days just to cross the street.
A Second Amendment call out right there. Why do you need a gun like that? In case shit hits the fan. That's why.
You've seen the fighting. The war is getting worse by the minute. It's absurd. Because why are they fighting? For what? You can see the country is destroyed. The people, the diamonds, the cities. What about the rages on with the Jackass weapons, no less? It is going to end badly. And I'm afraid I'll be here to see it. I'm a bit of a rubberneck, I suppose. Listen, if you find any more of my tapes, please bring them back to me, here at the bar. I need them for my story. I'll tell you right now, I can't pay you. I can only offer you my worthless friendship in return.
Hopefully they fix the bug in this patch that the Jackal tapes would often get stuck on a certain tape. I think it started off with a very tired boy stripping the boots off of a dead soldier.
Yes?
This is your second best buddy.
It's you. I've heard of you. I am Karbani. If you are ever in a bind, I hope you will seek me out. It would be my great honor to work with you. I worked in security many places. France, India, and now here. With you, perhaps.
Wrong button. Okay, it shows your buddies down here at the bottom. Warren Clyde. One of them gives you side missions. When you take on a main mission, they'll give you an optional objective that doesn't really change the course of the story. It's just additional stuff to do if you want to do it. And then the other dude, Corbani, he's the guy that will pick you up if you get downed. If he's not around, if he doesn't say rescue ready, and you get killed, that's it. Reload your last save point. It's a punishing system, but it works so well. It just adds to the desperation of the game. Okay, what's the next one here? Take a mission from the UFLL. Alright, that's where I'm going to be cutting this video off. Oh, it turns out that wasn't the end of the mission. I thought it was. I gotta go drop this shit off, and that will be the end of the mission. At least it should be. I got another diamond around here. I'd already checked this place, but it hadn't spawned yet, so let's go back in here and get the diamond. Another one's nearby. Yeah, I'll take that. And there's a couple in here, but they're usually in forbidden areas.
right? Yes.
Like in here. I could probably sneak in through the back.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
There's a diamond.
Well, back to the salt mines.
Yeah, right.
You don't need it. There's usually 2 or 3 in every town in the game. Let's go find the other one.
My absolute favorite. Tuesdays, she'd do this show with ping pong balls.
I've seen shows like that.
Not like this, you haven't. Watch it.
You should have seen these two lovers hooked up with last night. They're the journalists. The one is amazing.
Save it for the internet. I'm busy.
Nothing else in here? Nope. Is this the city that's got the tower in it? No, it is not. Wait a minute. This is the area that I was just in at the beginning of the game. Yeah. Exact same area. Alright. What do we got here? Some kind of fruit.
I'm sorry, there aren't regular services at the moment. Oh, you're not well. You should see a doctor before you really need a priest.
Ha ha ha.
He had something for me. I would be very happy to give you what little medicine I have in exchange. I think you should take one of those right away. Those will only last a short while, but I may know where to get more. Not all of my people have left. Many are trapped, scared of what will happen if they are caught trying to leave. And there are others who have chosen to stay. We try to help.
Oh, I never caught that before. He says my people, he's Christians. They're persecuting Christians.
You should come back when you require more medicine.
Alright, now here's where they cut you loose. What you do from here on out to the rest of the game is entirely up to you.